What's going on, guys? It's Scrinch KD. This is the follow-up, or I guess, like the opposite of the video we made last week. I'm actually recording them like back-to-back, but it takes time to edit and stuff. I'm a busy man, I'm sorry. We're going to be talking about the best thing that Plarium has ever done, in my opinion. The best thing for the game, the best decision for the player base, just overall what I think is the best decision. We did talk about the worst decision Plarium has ever made, so I'm not just a meat writer, don't worry about that. Maybe I'll link that description if I remember. But we did talk about the worst decision they've ever made, the scummiest thing they've ever done. Now we're here to talk about the best thing they've ever done. I like to try and keep things equal. I'm trying to experiment with some new content. But before we get started, let me know what you guys think down below is the best decision that Plarium's ever made while you've been playing. I'd love to chat with some of you guys and say, oh yeah, that's really cool. I really love that. And I'd love to just interact with you guys in the comments. And I'll respond to as many as I can, as long as YouTube notifies me. But the best decision that I think Plarium has ever made for this game, guys, is epic empowerment, man. I feel like epic empowerment benefits every player at every phase in the game. Even the early game, it's unlikely for you to get dupe epics, but then at least in the early game, when you do get a dupe epic, it's not completely useless. It's like, oh, I can make one of my guys a little bit stronger. And maybe that guy's in your clan boss team. Maybe that guy's in one of your dungeons where, you know, maybe you're doing Dragon 20, but it's only 90% successful. Well, hey, I just got to dupe, Uko. I empower him, and boom, now I'm 95% successful. Now I'm 100% successful. Or maybe you do a little bit more damage in Clan Boss because your epic got empowered. So it's just, I think it's a great system for everybody. Epic empowerment makes Curse City a lot easier because epics play a vital role in Curse City. The rotation just reset as of the time of recording this. That's a bit of epics. I mean, in a lot of the epics, I'm later game, but there's a lot of +4 that I have. Or not a lot, but I got one right here and one right here, so there's 2 +4s. Of course, that guy's not 6-star, but yeah, epics just play such a big role, especially in the later stages of Curse City. This is where it really matters. Like, boom. Look at this. Like, I got 3 legendaries I can use here. This stage is actually kind of an anomaly, but here's, there's a lot of epics. Let's take a look at another one. I know, there is some stages where it's just see, right here. Mostly epics, and a lot of the ones that I have available right here are empowered, so see, it even says rare epic. So stages like this become so much easier with epic empowerment. And I think it just helps everybody. Late game, your epics get way stronger. Early game, when you occasionally pull a dupe, your epics get stronger. And I think there's a kind of a little niche case right here as well. For Lizardmen Faction Wars, I would actually recommend that everybody fuse 5 Broadmaws. As long as you don't pull like a Python or something. If you need a reviver, if you need a reviver for the Lizardmen Faction Wars, save these voids that turn into Broadmaw. Really, really easy fusion to do, and there's a lot of points for champion chases during fusions. But getting a +4 Broadmaw is not hard. Especially when you pull a void charge, as long as you're not feeding these champions that pop out, you can even get the first 2 from Tag Team Arena, these guys right here. Well, I guess the second 2, however you want to look at that. But if you get yourself a +4 Broadmaw and just throw him in some Immortal gear from Clan Boss or some Regen gear, you've got a reviver that isn't dying for Faction Wars. And Broadmaws are so easy to get. So if you're struggling with Lizardmen, you've at least got a super reliable reviver that you can easily +4. You can't +4 him right away, but you can +4 him pretty quickly. Look how many of these guys I have, guys. I think I fed some too. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I can make another 7 right now. So yeah, the Broadmaw fusion is just ridiculously easy. I love it. Look at that's 6. I can make 6 more. I apologize, 6 more. But yeah, that's just freaking awesome. I can actually make more than that because I've got some more of these guys. But yeah, even something like that. I don't think Relic Keeper is worth +4ing. That's just my opinion. But I do think Broadmaw is worth +4ing for Faction Wars. Epic Empowerment also made Lizardmen Faction Wars just a freaking cakewalk. Also, it's just a good feeling to empower your epics. Like, it makes you feel like, oh, like I'm getting somewhere. And also another big W of epic empowerment that I actually probably should have even started with is the fact that it makes getting epics and pulling shards like more fun. Like, all of a sudden I'm opening sacred shards and I'm hoping for epics that I don't have +4 already so I can empower my epics. Back in the day, I opened sacreds and it was like, yeah, either give me this one epic that I don't have or this one epic I need from Mikage, and that's all I care about. And then just give me some legendaries. Now it's like, ooh, I need one more, Phoenix. I don't need one more Phoenix, but You get what I'm saying? I need one more of this. I need one more of that. All of a sudden, I care about what's the progressive. You know, right now it's just legendaries. But when there's a fusion going on that has progressives for epics, I'm like, oh, let me make sure I put the epics that I don't have +4 yet in because I want to get +4 on that epic. So it just makes all shard types that give epic champions, which is all of them other than mystery shards, it makes them all way more fun to pull. I'm not gonna be, you're not gonna see me in a video like, oh yeah, I got a Stagnite or something. But I know in one of our more recent shard openings, I was like, ooh, we got a Stagnite. I was like, I don't know if I have +4 yet. So it's not like, I'm not like jumping for joy, but it's like exciting. It's like, ooh, I think I need that. I think that's gonna help me out. And sure enough, I did empower my Stagnite to +3, I believe. So it was a good pull. It just makes, even though we didn't get a legend in that video, it made the shard pulling feel so much more like important. Like now it's not like, oh, I'm just hunting gold. Now it's like, yeah, I still want gold, but like empowering some epics along the way, slowly boosting my count is just a good feeling. It just makes shards more fun to pull. And I think that's never a bad thing. If shards are more fun to pull, that's not a bad thing for us. It's not a bad thing for Plarium either, because they're like, oh, you know, you want that epic? Buy some shards. And then for us, it's like, oh, I'm happy I got those epics. So it's a win-win for everybody. I think the best decision they ever made. Plus, Curse City is some of the, in my opinion, Curse City is some of the hardest content in the game. So having +4 epics, also having Curse City area bonuses is nice. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Having epic empowerment makes Curse City just so much more manageable for like the average player. Not that like the average player is beating Curse City, but it's definitely gotten me through a couple stages that I couldn't beat before. All of a sudden, I'm able to throw in a +4 epic, and I'm like, I could just barely squeeze through and get that done finally. And I do think when I finally beat Curse City, there's going to be, in fact, I know there's going to be a lot of +4 epics that are going to carry me through some of those stages. Not quite there yet, but we're working on it. Curse City is not my main focus right now. But guys, I think that covers it. Let me know down below what you think Plarium's best decision has ever been. Like their best update, their best feature, just the best move they've made for their game. Let me know what you guys think it is down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.